वेलकम टू वी लर्न में आपका स्वागत है। वी आर डिस्कसिंग ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट सेशन 5 competency mapping. Topics covered are the need for competency mapping, what is competency, history of competencies, who identifies competencies, what methodology is used, how are they identified, what language to use, how can do it better, and who can do it better, and some tips on how to do it. The need for competency mapping. अब recent times में when we are talking about this term competency mapping, it has gained a very wider circulation. With reference to global economy हम बात करते हैं, or where the world is becoming a global village, there are firms who have been becoming day in and day out more aware of the need for having competent employees. Now, this very need, it has aroused because of following reasons. The first important reason is that there is an increased cost of manpower. The second reason is there is a need when we are talking about that ensures that competent people, they are available so that the critical roles are performed to the best. Then, because there is a lot of recognition in technology, there is recognition that finances or customers, and for that matter markets, they all can be managed only if the organization or the firm, they have right human resource. The third reason is that there is a need to focus in the performing roles. There is a need for time management because now the time is compressing and the roles are expanding. So nurturing of competence has increased the emphasis on performance management system also. There is another reason that downsizing, and there is a consequent need to get a lot of things done with fewer or handful of people, and this has thus reduced the manpower cost, and it has also passed on the advantage to the customer also. Furthermore, when we talk about recognition of the strategic advantage which is given by the competent employees, they help in building the core competencies in the organization. That is of prime importance. Now, जब हम कॉम्पिटेंसी मैपिंग की हम बात करते हैं तो एक ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट और एसेंशियल एक्सरसाइज है. हर एक फर्म शुड बी एबल टू मैनेज इट वेरी प्रॉपरली. उनको अपने रोल्स को डिफाइन करना चाहिए. उन रोल्स को परफॉर्म करने के लिए क्या कॉम्पिटेंसीज की ज़रूरत है और कितने इफेक्टिवली ज़रूरत है वो भी लिस्ट डाउन होना चाहिए. दिस लिस्ट दैट वी हैव प्रिपेयर्ड, ये हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं फर्दर रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए या फिर परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट के लिए. प्रमोशंस के लिए भी बहुत बार हम ये जो कॉम्पिटेंस और रोल्स की जो लिस्ट डिफाइन की गई है वो यूज़ की जाती है. अब हम बात करते हैं व्हाट इज़ कॉम्पिटेंसी. कॉम्पिटेंसीज जो हैं बेसिकली दे टेक द फॉर्म ऑफ इन वेरियस फील्ड्स. नॉलेज के फील्ड में क्या कॉम्पिटेंस होनी चाहिए या एटीट्यूड के फील्ड में क्या कॉम्पिटेंस होनी चाहिए. लाइकवाइज व्हाट आर द स्किल कॉम्पिटेंसीज दैट आर रिक्वायर्ड, राइट. सो एनी अंडरलाइंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स which is required in performing a given task or an activity, and that too with a subjection of being successfully done, then that characteristic is referred to as competencies. और कौन से characteristics हो सकते हैं, those can be attributed as competencies. वो होते हैं motives या वो होते हैं values, trait या self concept. competencies, yes, they could be grouped in various areas. अब डेनियल केट्स जो थे उन्होंने 3 एरियाज में ग्रुप किया बेसिकली, एंड इट वाज लेटर ऑन एक्सपैंडेड टू 4 एरियाज. तो जो पहला था वो टेक्निकल और फंक्शनल कॉम्पिटेंसीज थी. When we talk about technical or functional competencies, they take the shape of knowledge या फिर attitude या skills necessary which are associated with the technology or functional expertise in order to perform the role. दूसरा है managerial. These are the skills or knowledge or attitudes which are required to plan, organize or mobilize the resources. Right? Then is the human factor की जब हम बात करते हैं, here the knowledge, skill or attitudes, these are required to motivate the human resource, to develop the human resource, to utilize the human resource. Then the fourth area where it was expanded later on, it was the conceptual की जब हम बात करते हैं, these are the abilities to visualize the invisible or think at abstract level, and the use of the thinking to plan the future businesses. These are referred to as the conceptual competencies. History of competence की बात करते हैं तो a team which was led by educationist Benjamin Bloom in the mid-50s, he laid the foundation for identifying the educational objective and thereby defining the knowledge or attitude and skills which are needed to be developed in education. That was the time when it actually started developing. 3 terms जो बहुत यूज़ करी जाती हैं वो है competency mapping. When we talk about competency mapping, it is a process of identification of the competencies which are required to perform successfully a given job or role or a set of tasks at a given point of time. It also consists of breaking a given role or job into constituent tasks or activities and then identifying the competencies. Then comes competency assessment. Competency assessment is basically the assessment of the extent to which a given individual or a set of individuals possess these competencies required by a given role or set of roles or the level of roles. Then is assessment centers. Assessment centers basically use multiple methods and multiple assessors to assess the competencies of a given individual or a group of individuals. अब who are the people who identifies competency? ये वो लोग हैं जो कि एक्सपर्ट हो सकते हैं. दे आर पीपल हु आर HR स्पेशलिस्ट या फिर जॉब एनालिसिस्ट होते हैं, साइकोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं जो कॉम्पिटेंसीज को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, या फिर इंडस्ट्रियल इंजीनियर्स हैं जो आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं. दे डू दिस इन वेरी क्लोज कंसल्टेशंस विद द रिस्पेक्टिव लाइन मैनेजर्स और करंट और पास्ट रोल होल्डर्स से कर सकते हैं. सुपरवाइजिंग सीनियर्स होते हैं, रिपोर्टिंग एंड रिव्यूइंग ऑफिसर्स के साथ करते हैं, इंटरनल कस्टमर्स, सबऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ द रोल होल्डर्स भी करते हैं. ये what are the methodologies which are used? So there are certain methods जो कि competency mapping के combination में use होते हैं. वो होते हैं interviews करके use करा जा सकता है, group work होता है, task force के through कर सकते हैं, task analysis workshops होती हैं, questionnaires के through कर सकते हैं, या job description के through कर सकते हैं. How are they identified? It's a very very important question. तो there are certain steps which are followed. तो जो पहला step है वो है they decide the roles for which the competencies need to be mapped. पहले वो रोल आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे जिसके लिए कॉम्पिटेंसी को मैप करना है. फिर वो लोकेशन को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे लोकेशन व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, इट इज़ द लोकेशन ऑफ द रोल, कि वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर में कहाँ लोकेट होता है. देन दे विल आइडेंटिफाई द ऑब्जेक्टिव of that function and where the role is located. Then the next step comes where the objectives of the roles they are identified, and then they collect the key performance areas, that these are the KRAs of the role holders, and they are done for the past 2 or 3 years from the performance appraisal records. फिर होता है कि इंटरव्यू द रोल होल्डर्स टू लिस्ट द टास्क एंड एक्टिविटीज, ये 1-to-1 इंटरैक्शन हो गया. फिर होता है यर द इंटरव्यू द रोल होल्डर, he actually lists down the actual knowledge, attitudes or skills that were required in performing the task effectively. Then the process is repeated with all the roles set members. After the repetition of the process is done, then the list of competencies from all the job holders or the role holders, they are consolidated, and finally they are edited and finalized. Now what language is to be used? तो जहाँ पर टेक्निकल कॉम्पिटेंसी है वहाँ टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज यूज़ होगी, जहाँ बिजनेस कॉम्पिटेंसीज रिक्वायर्ड है वहाँ पर बिजनेस लैंग्वेज है. जैसे अगर हम बिजनेस लैंग्वेज की बात करें तो नॉलेज ऑफ मार्केट्स फॉर वॉच द बिजनेस और स्ट्रेटेजिक थिंकिंग. वहीं हम टेक्निकल कॉम्पिटेंसी या टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज की बात करते हैं तो नॉलेज ऑफ हाइड्रोलिक्स हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. तो दोज टर्मिनोलॉजीज कुड बी यूज्ड. सो वेयर द यूज़ of own language or standard terms for behavioral competencies, तो वो वहाँ पर वो होंगी. ability to negotiate जैसे एग्जाम्पल है, या interpersonal sensitivity है, ये सब देखना पड़ता है. फिर है who can do it. who can do it? Basically competency mapping एक ऐसा काम है that can be done by many people. आजकल there are management schools that are happening, that are coming up, and there are those who are greatly specializing in HR training. They are the people who does the competency mapping. So anybody who has a masters in management या फिर social sciences में या फिर employee और equivalent experience है या training का, they can also develop competency mapping. When we talk about some tips on how to do it, now there are certain tips that needs to be followed. जो पहली टिप है वो है so that the competency mapping is done at a very marginal low cost. तो पहली है pick up a job or a role that is relatively well understood by all the individuals in the company. So working out for this role and give it as an illustration. जैसे हम एग्जाम्पल लेके बता सकते हैं, सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव हैं, प्रोडक्शन सुपरवाइजर और असिस्टेंट HR मैनेजर, they are known to all and they are also easy to profile. Then is workout competencies for this role if necessary, and this could be done with the help of job analysis specialist or an internal member who has the knowledge of the competency mapping. The third is to circulate these others and ask various departments to do it in their own way. Then these are circulated samples of competencies which are done by others. Then illustrate knowledge, attitudes, skills and values. Then choosing a sample that does not use jargon. The next step is to explain the purpose. Then comes interview of past successful job holders. That really helps a lot. Also the current incumbent who are doing a good job along with their reporting officers is a good enough team in most cases. Now once prepared, even on this basis of 1 or 2 individual inputs, circulate to other role set of members. Now, when we are talking about competency mapping, it is important and it is a very, very essential exercise. Now, every well managed firm, when we talk about, they should have first a clear organizational structure. Only then the roles could be identified and likewise the competencies could be mapped. Then, a well defined role in terms of key performance areas or tasks and activities which are associated with each roles. फिर होता है so that they should have mapped the competencies which are required for each role. Then, where appropriate or needed, they should have identified the generic competencies for each set of roles. And lastly, they should use them for recruitments, performance management, promotions, decisions, placements and training. Now, competency mapping जो है inherently हम बात करें inherently और essentially एक in-house job है. Consultants they give best the methodology, train भी करते हैं line managers और staff managers को. Consultants, on the other hand, they cannot do competency mapping all by themselves because no consultant can ever, have all the knowledge which is required to identify the technological or managerial या फिर human relations की concepts की बात करते हैं which are required for all the jobs in the firm. So where consultants they are excessively relied upon the data which is generated, they are likely to enrich the consultant and the consulting firms. There are two exercises. State the steps of competency mapping with suitable example and write an essay on the effective functioning of competency mapping. Thank you and have a nice day. Keep learning and we learning.